Hey everybody, I'm Devin.
And I'm Z.
And together we have cooked our Thanksgiving meal. And this has been done in our new kitchen, and we thought it might be helpful to show you, if you're looking for a way to cook your Thanksgiving meal, how we do ours. Hot potato. Oh,
What happened?
Well,
What happened?
it's not fully thawed.
Yeah, we wanted to show how it, even though it looks like a lot of food, how we can make it less overwhelming and divide it into two parts. And yeah, this one's been fun to doing with you.
Yeah.
And it's something we've been together for 14 years. It's his absolute favorite holiday.
But this is my first time helping with every aspect of the meal over the course of the many years. Maybe it wasn't.
I don't know.
I think it was 4.
Yeah, it's been fun kind of putting it all together, and we wanted to share how you can also do this. That is very doable.
That's right, because if we did it, you absolutely can jump in and do this.
Yeah. So just stick with us and we'll show you how to do it all.
Oh God, my back hurts so much. I think you're delirious from being in the kitchen all day. So I know that whenever we do this, we always do it into 2 parts. Part 1, or day 1, and day 2.
Otherwise, on Thursday, if you do all this stuff, it's just too much, I think, and then you're just spending all day in the kitchen. We work full time, and we usually have the half day off. So as soon as I have the half day, I just do all the sweet part, and then a few prep things. Today we're gonna make a sweet potato soufflé, which is my absolute favorite. It is a non-negotiable dish for me. We're gonna make cranberry sauce. We're gonna make pumpkin pie with, most importantly, gingerbread crust that is homemade, and we're gonna brine the turkey. And yeah, that's usually on Wednesday. That's what we do. So I have 5 medium-sized potatoes. They were initially poked because I kept the skin on, and he suggested I should just peel it, which makes sense. So we're gonna try peeling them. And so anyway, we have 5 pretty medium to large size sweet potatoes, and I have a preheated oven right now going for 350, and they're literally going to bake for an hour, so you don't have to worry about it. Just put it in and forget about it. So that's literally my step 1, because you can get other things going and not worry about it. It'll be nice and soft by the time you're done with other things. So that's the first step.
It is, and unfortunately, he has no sweet potato to eat. He was looking for it, but he doesn't have it. So anyway.
Always scavenging. So now I'm gonna do the cranberry sauce, and this is an Alton Brown recipe. It's tried and true, I love it. It's very good. I'm gonna double this. So I've already have my portion in here, but we're gonna pretend like nothing is in there, and I'll show you guys what you need. So you will need an entire cup of honey. And I found out, I was measuring it, and you don't need to do that, because it's basically a 12 ounce of whatever brand. I've used this one previously. An entire 12 ounce of honey is literally a cup. So you're gonna empty that, and that's what's gonna, this is the sweetener for it. So you can see it's beautiful. And because I have ingredients there, it looks even prettier. Then we're gonna need a 1/4 cup of cranberry juice. I'm gonna do a 1/4 cup of that. And dump it in. And then the last thing is to do a 1/4 cup of orange juice. And basically that and the honey is gonna simmer and start creating like a nice sugar base where the cranberries will be marinating in. So I'm gonna put this on medium high because we want it to kind of start boiling. So you can see how pretty it is. You can see how the inside is really pretty. Once it starts to boil, we're gonna reduce the heat to low. We want it to simmer, and we're gonna let it simmer for 5 minutes.
It smells good.
It smells really good. What are we doing?
I don't know.
You're like, I don't know.
All right, so what are we doing here now with our beautiful cranberries?
All these cranberries are gonna be going into the honey juice mixture. And then we're gonna basically let them cook for 15 minutes. no longer than 15 minutes.
We have the cranberry sauce, which is cooling now,
Yeah,
right?
the cranberry sauce is completely cooling, just leave it alone.
And one of the ways that we knew the cranberry sauce ready is it started getting really foamy and the little cranberries were
Popping
You could
and
really,
bursting.
like just barely, you'd touch the things and they would smush down. Is that right?
Yep. And I found these, I don't know how this is gonna work out. I usually don't have a mold and I make it in just a bowl. It's ugly every year. But this year I was like, you know, let me try something new. So I got these silicone mold and you can see it's really cute. It's really pretty. That's why I doubled the recipe so I can make it look very cute. And we're gonna test it.
Yeah.
We're gonna see if it holds up. This has been pretty cold. It's still a bit hot, but it's not piping hot.
Looks like, I don't know if you can see it so well on the camera, but it makes me think of the Chrysler building in New York, which is kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
The little points here at the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So you wanna do the...
Okay, I'll do it. It was wise to move away.
Yay, that looks good though. Look at that. So okay. So we're gonna put this in the fridge to rest overnight. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, crisis averted. Okay. So I'm gonna check the potatoes now. As you can see, we have our guard dog watching over, making sure the potatoes are well cooked with hair in his face. Let me get some glove. The dog is still not moving. His hair all over his face. And then we're gonna check. So it's tender. Oh, actually, it's pretty tender. So you can see. Yeah, it's pretty tender. It's great.
What are we doing right now?
So we're gonna do the topping for the sweet potato soufflé because this way we can just put it in the fridge and not think about it, and it will be one less thing to do.
So let me see what we're looking at here.
The first thing that you should do, I'm gonna let you do it, is we're gonna cut the pecans. We're gonna cut, and this is 1 cup of pecans.
And then here we've got butter.
Yep, this is a 1/4 cup of butter.
Okay.
This is a cup, well, I put 1/2 cup of sugar and 1/2 cup of flour.
All right, so I'm chopping all of these pecans.
Yes, please. That is exactly what you want. That's the texture right there. Yep, perfect. What you're gonna do is you're gonna put the pecans, cut pecans with the flour and the sugar.
Okay.
So you've done them together, and then you're gonna put the butter in there.
So wait, I'm putting the pecans in the sugar.
Yes.
All of them.
Yep.
Okay. Now what? Butter, you said?
Yes. And then you're gonna use this to mix it all together.
So what if I had put the butter in first?
So what I did is I put the butter in the microwave in 15 seconds increment until it became kind of liquid. It's just easier.
Right, but what if I had put the butter in with the sugar before I put the pecans? Is that a big deal?
I would put it all together. You can mix dry ingredients together and then the wet ingredients separately, yeah. And like I said, this is gonna be the crumble on top of the sweet potato soufflé.
Yeah,
it's perfect. And that's gonna be so delicious.
Great.
So delicious. Yeah, there you go. One last thing to do. So now we can just put it in the fridge.
Dishwasher?
Yes, that's dishwasher, and this will go in the fridge.
Still scavenging, still looking. All right, so, and continuing with our sweet potato soufflé, it sounds like I need to grab these sweet potatoes. Is that right?
Yes.
You want me to put them out here like this?
Sure, yeah. Half a cup of milk. Yes, so I have 1/2 cup of butter in here and 1/2 cup of sugar. You're gonna just mix those two until they get nice and creamy. And then we'll add the eggs. So I'm gonna put 2 eggs. So once the eggs are in here, we're gonna cream it all together until it becomes this beautiful light yellow cream. It's gonna become lighter in color. So I'm just gonna scrape the sides as to make sure everything is incorporated, and then we'll put the sweet potatoes in.
All right, so we got 5 potatoes. I just threw it in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Throw it.
Okay. And you just throw them in the mixer like this? I guess so.
Yes, but let's do a little bit at a time.
Okay.
See how it's nice and.
Oh yeah, here. Whoa.
You may want to cut it a bit.
Cut it a bit, okay.
Yeah. But you can see it's like blending right in.
So in other words, don't just put a whole potato in there. I've done that, I don't know how many times now, and I shouldn't be doing that, so.
But you can see it's cooked really well. Smells good.
It does smell good.
So this is 1/2 cup of milk that we're gonna add here. So we're gonna mix it a bit more. We'll mix it. Let's do it on low because otherwise we're gonna have milk and sweet potato everywhere.
It's pretty good.
It smells so good.
That looks really well mixed. I don't know if that's in focus or not, but you can see that looks really well mixed.
Yeah.
Look at that. Looks
Your
very
first
nice.
sweet potato souffle by yourself.
That's right. All right, so
Yeah.
put this in here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really glad I caught that.
Yeah. I didn't even see you do that, but
Yeah,
yes,
well,
I am glad to.
You know that little splatter you were worried about a second ago? That was about to be a lot worse.
No, the pan is perfect size.
So making progress.
And then you want to spread it in the pan.
Yeah.
Very messy.
I dropped it in
Very,
there.
very messy.
That's when I thought that it was going to go all over the place. Somehow, lucky for me, it landed in the stuff rather than on the floor, so actually it works out. So now, we're about to have this crumble on the sweet potato souffle.
The only thing I would do is I would clean the edges. It's just going to burn otherwise.
I'm going to throw off the master cook's efforts here. There we go, look at that.
Yay.
So we ran out of memory and we lost some of what we were talking about, but just a quick recap. What we did a moment ago is we took that crumble I made earlier, that pecan crumble.
Butter, yeah, sugar, yeah.
And we went ahead and we spread it across our sweet potato souffle.
And so now we're going to preheat it to 350.
It's a lot of effort, this, and it means we had to stop for a coffee break. Okay.
Now that the oven is preheated to 350 Fahrenheit, we're going to bake this for 40 minutes. That's it, just put it in there and forget it for 40 minutes.
Okay, so we got the sweet potato souffle in the oven. We have the cranberry sauce in the fridge. Now what happens?
Now we're gonna do the gingerbread man crust for the pie crust.
The gingerbread man crust?
Gingerbread man crust.
Gingerbread man crust?
Gingerbread man pie crust.
Oh, sounds
well, usually I make gingerbread man cookies out of it, but I figured out that I could use it as a pie crust, and it's really, really good. In here, there is 7 ounces of sugar and 5 ounces of butter. So we're gonna cream those together.
Okay, cream it.
Cream.
All right. It looks pretty mixed to me.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add 3 ounces of molasses.
So 6 tablespoons of
Slowly.
molasses. 6 of these things?
Yep. You want a lot of molasses.
No, he wasn't.
I don't know. What?
I think it was 4. The next one is 5.
You had one job. Now you're gonna crack 1 egg.
Where?
What do you mean where? In here.
I don't know, maybe one in there.
No, this is dry ingredients.
All right, so we got an egg.
Good. Now you're gonna grate some ginger.
Grate ginger?
Yeah, you're gonna
You don't chop it?
No, you have to grate it finely. Otherwise, you're gonna have massive pieces of ginger in there.
This whole thing I gotta grate?
Well,
Okay.
2 teaspoon worth, which is about, what was it, 2 inch?
I don't know.
No, I mean, the piece is 2 inch ginger. It's about 2 teaspoons.
Yeah, that was...
I could get used to this, me drinking coffee.
My back is broken.
Such a drama queen.
Okay. Mix this up.
I think that's good. Okay, so now we're gonna dump the dry ingredients in it. So let me go over what's in here. So there's 390 grams of flour, or 3 1/8 cups. There is 1.5 teaspoon of baking soda. There's a whole tablespoon of ground ginger. There's half a teaspoon of cardamom, and there's half a teaspoon of ground clove and half a teaspoon of salt. That's it. So you can gently, because I've seen this happen before. Okay, good.
It's not a race. It's a marathon. That looks pretty good.
Yeah, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually refrigerate this for ideally at least an hour, so it can be nice and cold. And then we're gonna bake it into the pie. Well, make it into pie crust basically, but yeah, and it gets darker as you bake it too.
Yep.
So yeah, this is it. Just refrigerate it for an hour minimum, ideally 2 hours and even overnight, but we're gonna do an hour. Now we're gonna do the pumpkin pie filling. That's the pumpkin pie. So what I have here is I have 2 full eggs and 1 yolk. We're gonna cream, as usual, the egg and sugar. Yep.
Okay. Okay, so this is mixing, so it's probably good.
So let's let this mix and become nice and light, very light yellow. In the meantime, what I did is I put a whole can of this Libby's 100% pure pumpkin. I put it into a little saucepan with a half a teaspoon of salt. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna make it just get hot in a medium heat. And eventually we're gonna combine that with the eggs and sugar. So we're gonna grate, we're also gonna grate some nutmeg, some fresh nutmeg, which I love doing that. It's like my favorite part. So you're gonna grate some nutmeg, about half a teaspoon.
Oh my god, I keep dropping the nutmeg in the friggin' mix. Good?
Yes.
Okay.
Put it to low, to heat, and just put it all in, just like that. And we're just gonna slowly mix it all.
High five. Good high five. Good boy.
Once it reaches this, just let it cool about 10 minutes. Yeah, so we're gonna put the flame off, and we are going to let this just do its thing. There you go. Actually, pour some of it slowly. Pour the eggs, yeah, slowly. See, now that it's tempered, you can put it back in the thing, and we'll just dump all this in here. Look at that.
So this is exactly why it's important to let it cool enough so that it doesn't cook the eggs, like you said earlier.
Exactly.
So then back into our mixer.
Okay, it's good.
Okay.
So the pumpkin pie filling is done. So we're gonna put that in the fridge to cool, and then we also have the dough for the pie crust cooling.
Great, okay, cool. And speaking of cooling, we have the sweet potato souffle in here in the microwave that's kind of resting and doing its thing, as well as the cranberry sauce, which is cooling in the fridge as well. So with all that in mind, it sounds like there's one more big step for the day.
Yep, brining the turkey.
Brining time.
So we're gonna actually use a brining bag. So it's literally, as Devin is demonstrating, a huge Ziploc bag that it's pretty straightforward. I mean, you literally put the turkey, obviously, without all the plastic stuff, and then all the leaking turkey, there you go. So you can see it fits pretty nicely. This, I think, can fit up to 25 pounds, so pretty good, pretty cheap, honestly. It's pretty cool.
We have a number of different items here. What do we got?
So we have a roasting pan where we're just gonna put the bag just to make sure in case it leaks or anything. We have some ice right here. We have some sugar, half a cup of sugar, a whole cup of salt, some ginger that is sliced, some whole peppercorn, and some chicken broth.
Without further delay, I guess I'll just cut into the bag.
Yep.
Yeah? What we're gonna do is actually place the neck and the gizzard packet into a separate bag that we're going to use to make gravy tomorrow, right?
Yeah, it's a gallon size freezer bag.
Oh.
What happened?
Well,
What happened?
it's not fully thawed.
That's okay.
We got the gizzard packet here.
And see, and please, don't throw this because we're gonna use this to make gravy.
I guess we're just going to have to brine it with the neck and hope for the best. What do you think?
That's fine. I think that's totally fine.
All right, cool.
It's not in plastic, so it's totally fine.
Okay, so we're going to take the turkey.
Yep.
We're going to put it in the brine bag, right?
Yeah.
Now, what are we going to do? We take the ice, I guess.
So I'm just gonna dump the whole
Chicken stock? What size chicken stock is that?
This one is 32 ounces.
32 ounce.
It's a standard size.
Okay. So this is a half cup of sugar. It is now going inside the brining bag. Now we have 1 full cup of salt. This is also going inside the brining bag, correct?
Yes.
So, okay. There it is.
Cut up some ginger pieces here.
Ginger.
I usually don't put too much spices in there, but we had extra ginger, so that's good.
Great.
And then we're gonna do a tablespoon of peppercorn. Oops, I'm making a mess.
Come on, Munch. And then what? Add more water?
Yep. Basically, we wanna
Submerge the turkey?
Yeah. So this is gonna go in the fridge. Does that make you happy? I think that's gonna be heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Put it in.
You know what? That works. So, I'm going to wash my hands.
I feel you are very proud. Are you ready? The most awesome pie crust ever. We're gonna take this dough and we're gonna make it into pie crust.
Okay.
We're not gonna do anything fancy with the rolling pin. We're just gonna, just do it that way. Okay, come on.
So, just flatten it out?
You don't even have to. I'm just gonna do it directly onto the... There's definitely enough for 2 here.
That's good.
That's good, right? Nice, let's compare. Ooh. Looks pretty good. Really, really good. Awesome.
Okay. So there you have it. We have a couple of pie crusts. We're gonna let these cool a little bit and see what happens, right? Okay, you're gonna preheat the oven to what temperature?
350 degrees.
That seems to be the magic number today. 350 degrees for everything.
Basically, everything's 350.
Everything's 350. So right here we have our pumpkin pie filling, which should look pretty nice and smooth in there.
Mm-hmm. This one's smaller dish, so it'll be fine.
Okay, I need a spatula, I think.
So once the oven is preheated to 350, we're gonna put it in for about 40 to 50 minutes.
After this is baked, that seems like that is a very long end to part one of our Thanksgiving meal.
We're almost there. It looks really cute. I did damage the crust a little bit, but we ate some of it early. You got to have a little bit of ginger cookie.
Yep.
And it looks really good.